Are you kidding me? I just saw that bitch blow up her whole life in open court so you can walk. Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You have now tuned in to my power recap. Guys, make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet done so, and share this video wherever you like to share videos, okay? Don't forget to give it that good old thumbs up, because I can see it, even though, you know, it's not really out there. But it's all good. All right, so let me see if I have any shout-outs from last week. You didn't do this. Let me see. I'm trying to get on to that. All right, so shout-out to Raina J, who was like, Tommy was ordered to go to Chicago to see Milan's boss. Yeah, I don't know. I had like a brain fart real quick. I forgot where he went. But thank you for definitely, you know, kind of letting me or reminding me about that. And also shout out to Jasmine Robinson, who was like, we have seen for the past few seasons Ghost and Tasha's rocky marriage. I really hope they don't get a divorce soon. Honestly, I don't care if they get a divorce or not. I mean, but she is definitely down for him. So I don't know. It's like I'm always up and down, because it's like in the beginning, first season, I was just like, I'm over her. I want him to be with Angela. Now Angela done effed up, but then like she threw her whole life away. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. She just got clouded. I think, I don't know. I don't want to defend her because I'm pissed off at her, but it's like she legit gave up everything for him. So that definitely shows some type of dedication and loyalty. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. All right, so Jaime, he remembers what happened in prison, you know, all the gruesome stuff that he saw. And, honey child, when he took off them little shorts that he had on, I was just like, I was sitting over here blushing like, don't blur it out. I want to see it all, honey. He was looking good, honey. I mean, sorry, babe, but you got some competition. I'm just saying. I'll probably never meet him. My friend actually saw him, but she was too nervous to go up to him because he was at some hotel downtown in Manhattan. All right, so Jaime and Tasha, they were alone in the house, and Tasha, she actually slept in Raina's room because I guess, you know, she just don't want to be too close. She's like, you know, we're just fronting right now for the feds, so things could look regular. But Ghost, he's like, you know what, I want us to start over from scratch. And Tasha's like, she don't really know about all that. She's just doing what she got to do so things could look normal, as normal as possible. So Jaime says that he really wishes that Angela never came into the club, because that's what really turned up their whole life. You know, they actually were pretty good. She was like, you know, the refined wife, you know, getting to dress up. He was telling her what to put on and everything. They had their system going, and Angela just kind of like shook the tables, you know. Sometimes all it takes is for you to see that old fling, and then things just totally switch up. I mean, I've seen it happen before, firsthand, honey. All right, so he was just like, he's over her, everything is done with that. And she looked at him like, are you mother effing crazy? Like, this bitch just gave up her whole entire life for you, and now I'm supposed to believe that everything is all good? Like, nah, boo. I ain't stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. So now James, he goes back to Truth, and who's there? None other than Stern. And Stern, he's ready to collect them debts, boy. He's the debt collector. Okay, he was like, you know, your wife may not have told you, but she made an amazing deal with me. I gave her a large sum of money in return for, you know, a price, and I'm here to cash in on that price. So what he wants is he wants Jaime to be a part of his, to be like the CEO or the face of his realtor company that he's doing, and he just wants to have like a black face so he can kind of get some minority discounts, and it will make him look a little better as well. He'll be the face, the CEO, and he'll just be the silent partner collecting the money. But yeah, you know it ain't gonna be that easy. I feel like it's gonna be something in that little contract, so he better make sure he run it through the people he needs to run it through before he go ahead and say okay to this. But yeah, he trying to get them tax breaks and stuff. He trying to use the black man to get ahead. So sad, so sad. They don't want you, but they want that black money though. So now Jukebox, she's pressing Kanan to like move, to like make some moves, do some stuff, get that money to her. Otherwise, she's about to pull that trigger and kill Tyreek. And they have a moment where Tyreek was talking to her, and they was just talking about her past and about her, why she's called Jukebox. She said, you know, she's good with music. She knew every single song on the radio. And he just kind of says, well, wow, you know, my mom is pretty good at singing too. Like, are you as good as her? And she was like, your mother couldn't touch me on her best day or something like that. I think it's on her worst day. Like, she couldn't touch a candle to me, okay? Like, your mother, like, please. So the next day, he, like, after he gets, like, high off the lean, he falls asleep. The next day, she pretty much, like, takes takes the gun and just kind of uses it to knock him out. She like, look what you made me do. And I'm like, you gotta hit the boy like that? Really? You could have just, like, did something else. Damn. Now, Lakeisha, she's fed up. First of all, she ain't getting that D right now because homie is away in Chicago. And, you know, she's just pissed off about everything. She's like, her shop is opening back up, but she wants things to be regular. She doesn't want all this extra stuff. She doesn't want to be a part of the drug game. Like, this is not why she opened up her shop. She wanted to be legit. And Tasha's just like, you know, just wait a little more. We got to still kind of put it through there. And she's just, you could tell, like, she's just at her last string. Like, she gave her that look, like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I'm telling you, I don't want to be a part of this. Like, just watch yourself. And Tasha could tell, like, all right, she's coming to her last straws right now. So she trying to hit up Tommy, see what's up, you know, so he can keep her happy, give her that D, you know, make her smile a little something. Because she frustrated about that, but he ain't really picking up or anything. So now homie's in Chicago, right? And the dude, he doesn't want Tommy to work with Ghost anymore because I guess he feels like Ghost is kind of like a liability, and if Ghost goes down, then he's going to go down as well because they so closely connected. So Tommy's like, you know, I went down this road before. I'm not killing Ghost, so that's pretty much it. But he's like, he wants him to cut all ties with him, and that's it. So now Julio, remember, Julio saw Dre and Kanan talking, so Julio confronts Dre and tells him that he saw him talking to Kanan. So he tries to convince him, you know, use that little swag that he got and tells him, you know, don't worry about all that. I need you to meet up with me, and I need you to meet up with, I forgot who he said he wanted him to meet up with, but just meet up with people, and, or maybe it was supposed to be them two just to kind of talk business or whatever, but he was like, he wanted to talk to Tommy first, but he was like, nah. He was like, you know, he kind of manipulated him, did that reverse psychology, you know, used the art of manipulation to get into his head, like, oh, like, you supposed to be running stuff. Like, why you always going back to Tommy? Tommy just gonna be like, you a little B, you know what I mean? Later that evening, Ghost, he talks to Tasha about the deal that was made with Stern and why would she do something like that. And she was just like, you know, either way you're gonna win. Like, you're smarter than him, so don't allow him to get to you. She's like, I know I made a deal with the devil, but I needed the money. Andre meets with Cristobal and some gang members from Locos, whatever the name of the gang was, the one that Julio is in. He actually escaped, but you know, it's blood in, blood out, so you're supposed to die out. And because of Ghost, he was able to get out. So now Ghost, everybody thinks he's still locked up. The word ain't get all over the streets yet. So Andre takes this as his opportunity to be like, yo, I can get him to you. You know, just take him down. We good. That's it. Just make it look like it wasn't connected to you. What he do? So dude goes to meet Andre. It was a gruesome scene. Like, yo, first I was like, yo, yes, Julio is doing it. Yo, he's holding his own despite the fact that it's mad dudes around him. He got this. But then, all of a sudden, things take a turn for the worse, honey. And he gets cut on the leg and stabbed. And dude literally took the tattoo off of his neck. Like, that's how serious it was. He was like, yo, you disrespected us long enough. And stabbed him up. And that was the end of Julio. I was like, damn. I was really liking the fact that Julio was a part of this show. But I guess everybody got their time. So now Tommy, he hangs with the dude in Chicago. You know, and I feel like he pretty much slipped up because he let dude get the best of him. What he did was he was taking drinks with him and stuff like that because he wanted to go home, but dude convinced him to stay. So he stayed, took drinks with him, some potent stuff too. they knocked him out, put him in the trunk, took him to like a grave site where they had a grave set out for him because they was mad that Milan was dead and he didn't really get approval. But the other dude that was working him, forgot his name, the Serbian dude, he actually was doing a setup. He told Tommy that it was okay because I guess he wanted to be the next in line and maybe he didn't want to get his hands dirty, so he allowed Tommy to do it. But then he tried to pretend like he didn't know that Tommy was going to do it. So he pretty much set him up on some slick joint. But funny enough, Tatiana, who used to work in the club, who was like Milan's right-hand chick, she came through and she let the big kingpin dude know, like, all right, this is what happened, this is what went down, and he ended up getting shot. So he fell into the grave that he thought was going to be for Tommy. So Tommy lives again. I'd have been tight if they would have killed off Tommy. Like, Tommy is like the top dog up in this show. Where we gonna get another white dude that act like him? You know what I mean? We need at least one popping white person on this show. So now, yeah, that was pretty crazy. Following that, Kanan, he rolls up on Ghost in broad daylight and he reveals that he has Tyreek and that he's got to follow him. He wants money and he's just like, why? He was like, why are you doing this? He was like, he needs money. He's like, dude, I just came out of jail. Where do you think I'm supposed to get money from? He was like, being broke ain't ever stop you from getting money before. You know, like, not having it ain't ever stop you from getting it before. You know, we always made something out of nothing. You know, and they kind of have like a heart-to-heart as they were, once they finished like getting that money, because he set up to, Ghost thought pretty quickly and he came up with the plan to take money from Tommy's boys, and the plan went down successfully. They got a bag of money, which none of it went to Ghost. And you know, at the end of the day, that's all Kanan really cares about, and that he probably would have had to split it with this chick Jukebox. So he got the cash. They go in, you know, they have some good moments and they kind of talk, and I feel like that really helped, and they kind of work together after that. Tommy, he goes to Connecticut to meet with Holly's uncle, who is like a realtor or whatever. And he just confronts him, tells him that he's pretty much, he ain't crap. And that, you know, he tried to play it off like he was looking at the house. But then he ends up being like, you know what, you know, I know Holly, and Holly told me what you did to her. He was like, she wanted it. He was like, yo, she was 9 years old. Are you crazy? He was like, some girls is faster than others. And I'm like, yo, this dude was a straight up scumbag. What does Tommy do? Tommy kills the dude. And I'm just like, Tommy, this dude is no better than you. Like, yes, he molested and raped her, but you, why? Because you did it while she was older? You killed her while she was older? This woman was in love with you. You know, everything she did, she was doing for you. And what, you're trying to avenge her death? Like, you're the one that killed her. Yes, he messed her up from a kid, but, you know, you took her last breath, so you know better than him at the end of the day, you know? I feel like this dude killed her when she was young, mentally, but you physically killed her. You know what I mean? This part was crazy when Jaime and Ghost, when Ghost and Kanan made their way back to where Jukebox was holding Tyreek, this part was crazy because they pretty much like played her out, and she was like, wait, hold on, y'all two try to play me out? Alright. And she made Kanan reveal everything, that his name ain't Slim, that he was the one who actually killed Sean. Like, you know, it was really an eye-opening experience for Tyreek. And also to reveal that he didn't really care nothing about him. The only reason why he was around him was because of the money. So all these things, I feel like it really is going to make Tyreek not really trust people and just kind of be a lot closer to his dad, because he sees how his dad legit was like pointing the gun at Jukebox, ready to take her down for him. Like, he saw his dad in a whole nother light that he ain't never really seen him. You know, he heard about the whole ghost thing, like, yeah, whatever, but he ain't really see his dad in action or with a gun before. So, you know, she was just going in, and I guess Kanan just was like, nah, like, at the end of the day, he didn't really want it to go this far. Like, he didn't expect her to be talking about she about to blow this dude's brains out. And, you know, that's a kid at the end of the day. I mean, Kanan's a messed up dude, but I guess because of the all that him and Ghost have been through, it kind of was like an eye-opening experience for him where he couldn't even do it anymore. Like, you know, he ended up shooting his own cousin, you know what I mean, taking her out. And plus, at the end of the day, he could get all that money for himself, you know what I mean? You don't got to split it with anybody anymore. Because he probably would have had to split it with him and that other dude. Remember the other dude that was a cop as well? So he like, you know what, I ain't with all that. So he did what he had to do. And then he was like, you know what, see you around. And, you know, he had the gun pointed at both Ghost and Tyreek, but then he was just like, nah, like, it ain't even worth it. He's just like, yo, see you around, little nigga. And then he was out. And I'm just like, they was like hugging, and Ghost was just like, you know, I'm here for you. Don't worry about it. And I was just like, you know what? This is definitely going to change their lives, and it's going to make them kind of like, you know, look, I feel like Tyreek is gonna look at his dad a lot differently now, because now he knows that his dad is about it, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens though. I mean, at least now he got his dad back in his life, that Kanan is completely out, because, you know, he ain't gonna trust this dude anymore. Hoping is that he won't be a problem anymore now that he got all his money, but we'll see what happens. Great episode, really good episode. I don't know about great. I'm looking forward to see what else happens. I'm pretty sure that Ghost is going to start talking to Angela. What do y'all think? Like, I'm pretty sure, because I just feel like she blew up her whole life. Like, at the end of the day, like, she gave up everything for you. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And she gonna need some money now. I mean, I hope she was saving, because she don't got no job. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.